Okay,
Just
so
checking as well.
yeah, yeah. All right. So apologies on the last meeting. Medyo kung saan sa napunta. But we'll fix that up for this meeting. So this meeting we created the room. Now problem is how do we move things from the room to the um game mismo. That's one. The other is creating the list of players. So before we tried to move some data, problem is we have that unspawned um, error. No? Kasi wala pa yung thing. So we'll go fix that first. Right. So before we had this code here on the room manager. What we were planning to do was using this on room server scene loaded for player. We were supposed to give the name of the player to the player controller. The problem is this RPC is not completely working. Why? Because it is still being created. The object is still being created for all the clients. Hence, uh, unspawn pa. Wala pa siya. So how do we move that data? So what we can do is we can have either a sync var or a uh well no, actually mas easier pa nga sync var. We can do it using sync var. Sync var, we have a variable that we want to be synchronized from the server and to the client. Then what happens is on the client we just set we set the name using that sync var. How do we do that? So player controller, we have this player name. Oh, yeah, player. Oops, where are we at? And on network. Sorry. On the player controller, we can public this player name. What is the player name? This one. Mm, yeah, we need this one. Okay, so we have the player name. Instead of RPC right away, we just do player controller dot player name is equal to player dot player name. So what is player dot player name? That is the demo room player. This is our room. We have a player name here, and we're able to change it from the CMD set name, and this is called in here. So when the value of the input field changes, CMD set name is called, and then player name is set here. Okay. Then what happens is in the where is that demo room player? Oh no, sorry. In the player controller, let's find the start client. Oh, here it is. RPC set player name on start client. Yes. No, wait. I want to go send it first to the server. So server, mm, public void tmd set player name, and then string name, which will be RPC set player name. So on start client, I want to send to the server that, hey, can you set my name? Actually, feeling ko nga di mo kailangan to eh. Sige, let's try first muna. CMD set their name. So technically, this name was already synced. It's already synchronized. But let's try that out. So this is player 1, player ready. What we have is this kanina 51. Okay, for this one, it's most probably because in here, this is being called on everyone. So what we can do uh, is local player. It's not local player. If not local player, return. So we only want the local player to send that one. Okay, host, join. This is player 2. This is player 3. Ready? Oh, nope. Let me just double check. Is the player name syncvard player 3? Uh-huh. Yeah, I think I know. I think we can just go straight to setting the text mesh pro. Supposedly. On start line. Oops, nope. Sorry. Player name. My bad. Okay. All right. So why did this happen? Player name. Again, player name is syncvard. We set it using the in the demo room player. We said CMD set name when the text is changed. So we set it in the player name on the server. Then what happens is in the network room manager. So let me just close this so I don't get. Okay. In here, the on room server scene loaded for player. This happens when the room the room player goes to become the game player in the scene. And what we have here is game player dot get component player controller, the player name. This is the player control. Dot player name is equal to player dot player name. And the thing is, since this is syncvard, it should already sync with the client when the client starts. Hence, in here, in the onStart client, we just do text mesh pro UGUI.text is equal to player name. So that's how we send data. We could have more than just string. Maybe you want a enum player 1, enum player 2. You could have that. What you would do is in here, then we're gonna play. You have an enum, right? You want to send that enum into the player controller, etc. So what you can do, you could also have a struct. You have a struct of data, maybe just not just a string, but like all the data of the room player that you want to send to the game scene. So that struct could be int, a float inside an enums, anything like. Okay. So what happens is maybe we want to use it for the game player, and then here implement it on the play controller or wherever the game player is. So that's how we send data. Questions for this one? Or nag-gets niyo ba to? How this works?
Not exactly.
Okay. Let's go break it down into things. So in Paint, let's do it. Okay. So what happens is we have our client. This is our server. Let me type this. Server. Increase the size, the font, so everyone can see. This is server. This is client. And let's go have our multiple clients here. Okay. So first, si client wants to change its name. To change its name in the demo room player, we have this code. Field.onValueChange.add listener CMD set name. What does it mean? Each time the input field, the value inside the input field, so let me just rename this. Name input field. Each time the value of the name input field is changed, it will call CMD set name. What is CMD set name? Player name is equal to string. So player typed Pado. What it did was from client, it sends it to the server that I want this game object, this demo room player, to have a player name Pado. Okay. And since this player name is a sync var, the server automatically updates everyone that in the game object, let me put one more. Let's put this one. This is client one game object. So sabi niya sa client said, can you name this my game object to Pado? So we sent it to the server. Server automatically updates everyone that client one's game object, si demo room player, has a name Pado. Okay? So same thing with client 2. Kasi everyone has a game object in the server, also in everyone's side. They all have. So this is 2. Oops. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Yeah. So this client 2. This is client 3. This is client 4. All right. So each time the one of the clients change their name. So maybe they change the text in the input field. So maybe this is KG. No, he sends it to the server, and he tells server na change my client name to KG, KG. And since it is a sync var, everyone's game object for that client gets updated. All right. So that is the code in this one. You're changing the name when the input field value changes. All right. So that's one. Second, ang sabi natin is a demo network room manager. When the player changes scenes, what we'll do is, because we have this data, we have the room player and the game player. Sabi natin, we got the room player. We say game player dot get component player controller dot player name is equal to player dot player name. So this data, which is the, let's say, the Sipado, he moves it to, or he also gives it to the player controller variable, yung player name variable sa player controller in here. Since this happened, remember that this is also a sync var. So what happened was, server said, okay, client's Pado will now also be in the, okay, what other, go triangle. This is now client 1 game scene object. In the server, sabi niya, okay, client 1 game scene objects player name is now also equal to also Pado. And the thing is, this is also sync var. It is synchronized to everyone. So everyone's game scene object of client 1 has player name also. All right. So that's measure. This might be a bit confusing because server has all these objects. Client should also have these objects. The thing is, we're trying to move data in a way that everyone's game objects is also updated to the server. Okay. So since we said all the client, copy paste. This will also be client 2 and then KG, etc. etc. Since we did that on the server, and it's all sync barred, so everyone's game scene object is updated. Here in the player controller, we have the on start client. On start client is literally just like start, but this happens on all the clients. This one will run on everyone's player controller. So you see that okay. You see that we have player controller for the first player, the player controller for the second player. And when start happens on start client, this is called on everyone. This is also called text mesh pro UGI.text is equal to player name. Okay, you'll see that if I do debug log, play, if it's only for one, so I say player. Oops. What's this? Ay, sorry. Let me just update the prefab since I messed it up. Sin, ano, wala. Input. And so I have player one. We're ready and starts. We have player one. If you have two, so let me just fix something here. So nairita ako. Focus on. So we have that. Ready, ready. You see player two and player three. There's a debug. And you also see here player two, player three. Because again, on start client is called for everyone, for the player controller, on everyone's client. All right. Does that make sense? Yeah, we needed Yeah, we needed sync var. If you didn't want sync var, what's gonna happen is because you can technically not make sync var this. You'll have to manipulate it through on override on server. This one. So supposedly the player name, if it's not sync var, we'll set it dito no. So supposedly we'll have like RPC pa. We have an RPC here that will send this to everyone because player name is not synchronized. If you want to test it out, let's do a RPC set player. Chances are this may not work because I may have miscalculated where on start server is called. Either that or RPC hindi pa nasa-spawn. So let's see. Ready, ready. Yeah. So yung spawning na. In this case, player name was set after on start server. So we're gonna have to find the correct one. We could technically go to mirror. Mirror's documentation has actually a here the execution order. On start server, on start host, on start client, on server, on client, on server, on server add player, and this for network manager. In here, sync var, on start server, on start, server, on start, host on. client. What is the difference of this? What's the no green? Start? Is the start really small? Could be. But yeah, we're kind of making our lives much harder. So might as well just sync far. Why that didn't work? We are not sure when the game player is is already spawned for the player. Start of bench. Yeah. Okay. Does that make is that clear for everyone how that works? So just to make your life easier, you could use sync bar. You can use sync bar if you want to try to move data from client to server or server to client without having to RPC. The thing is, we don't really want to update this every frame because it's kind of also like doing CMD RPC. So you want to try to just minimize the use of to minimize the call of when updating the sync var variables. And you need to view video for that later. Okay. Any more questions? Clarification for this part? None. Sure. Okay, we can go into the next part. This part is going to be a little bit uh intense, no? Because what you want is to update the what is this? Player player. What we want sana is to update this list of players. Right now, before we created this player state, pwede pa natin ginagamit, no? But our plan is when the player changes their name, the name changes here, and then we want to change. If they're pressing ready, it will be ready. If not, it will be not ready. Oh, that doesn't fit. Let us change this. And then override. Okay, so this is the plan. Now, how do we do that? First off, I want to co-create a class for this. We can do this the player state. Controller. Uh-huh. We'll add it here. Okay, we can do this for mono behavior now. What we want is to be able to change the name. Maybe also keep track of. I want to keep track. Sure, I'll keep track. Keep track also of the player, the room player who owns it. Right. So what do we need? We need a public void demo room player. Oops, sorry. Void public demo room player player owner. We want to change the name, the text for the name. So we need TNT Pro text mesh Pro UGUI name text. We also want text mesh Pro UGUI. We want to change the ready text. We can do serialized field for this. There. So um we have public void set name. This will be player name. It's literally just text, not player. Text is equal to player name. Then void set ready bool is ready. So ready text dot text is equal to is ready. So this is like if else, no? But we're just doing it one line. If it is ready, ready. If it's false, not ready. We can go a bit more extra. Maybe we want some colors. Color. Equal to is ready. This is color that green. It's not ready. Red. What is this? If you haven't encountered this, it is like doing if is ready text that text is equal to ready. Else ready text equal to not ready. Okay? This is as simple as just this. We only do this if like we just we want a value to appear when there's a true or false. So this also works for not just Boolean but also some other Boolean functions, maybe like if a number is greater than something or a number is equal to something. No. So anyway, is ready. Okay. Now for the owner. Why do you want the owner? Capital owner. You want the owner so that we can keep track of things. If the owner is changed his name, if the owner is gone, if the owner um is ready or not. So let's go public void set owner. This one will be our room player. Demo room player owner. I think I don't want this public anymore. Player. Owner is equal to player. How do we keep track of them changing names? We can do, right? We have on the demo room player, we have a CMD set name. Each time they change the value, what we can do, we can have a action or an event. If you have gone through Gamprog 2 or 1, event dispatcher is do the same thing. Event or action. This action will be when on name changed. And then we want string to be the value. So let's say public. On name changed. This is called when the player changes name. Now I want this to be called the uh, on everyone's clients. So client RPC public void RPC set name. On name changed invoke. So what is invoke? Invoke is, it's like you're calling it. You're calling all the functions that is listening to on name changed. We'll call it, and this is the data. I hope you know event dispatchers no. Or this is like Unity action also. Unity action. It's the same thing. You have action that add listener, invoke, and then we also have the one when you want to add something, when you want something to listen to it. All right. This question mark is just to see if this is not null. So this is like doing if on name change is not equal to null, on name changed dot invoke. Same thing. Okay. So this is running for everyone. On name changed. This one. RPC set name. str. Okay. So now with that we have owner dot on name changed, and we'll make it listen to it by doing this. So when on name change is invoked, whatever is after the plus equals, it will happen. In this case, when the player changes his name, RPC set name, on name changed is invoked, this will happen. Okay, so if you want, let's start first. For set, oh wait, let's do the instantiation. We have to instantiate this path. So we go back to demo room player. Let's add that prefab. Serialize field, game object, player state, prefab. Why are we putting it here? Remember, we have the UI. The UI is on the player itself. In here. No. The UI is on the player itself. We want to add it here. So what do you have? Player state. Oh wait, you have player state na pala. Public void update list. Update list. First of all, we need to know who are in the room, no? If anyone has joined or left the room. We actually have a singleton for this demo network room manager. Singleton. So demo network room manager. Singleton. Room slots. Room slots is literally who are the players in the room. So it's keeping track of all the players. It's a list of it. So this is all the players. So let's put that hash set what are we saying? Network room players. Network room player. Room. Slots. Go to room slots. Now, each time a player is gone, I want to remove it sana from the player list. How do we check it? So in the slots, remember, it has network room players. Remember our player state controller? It has demo room player, which is literally just network room player. But since this is a private, let's make a public one. Public demo room player. Uh, Demo room player. Oops. Owner. Owner. What is this? It is literally a getter. Uh, Get return owner. This one. This literally just gets this one. Why didn't I just make this public? Maybe I want to control my um I only want things to just be like I don't want this to set no. I don't want anyone to just set it. I want them to use set owner. So I do this. Okay, owner. Let's literally just getting this. Uh-huh. So for each player state controller in, remember we're planning to put them inside player list UI. Player list UI dot get components in children. Player state controller. If the owner is not inside the slot anymore, that means they're not there anymore. So slots dot contains so if they're not here anymore, we remove it. So controller destroy controller dot game object. So this will just destroy all the player state controllers who are not here anymore on the slot in the room. So that's deleting it. So how do we add? For each slots, sorry, for each network player in slots, if this one, let's call this again. But we do a player state controllers is equal to if controllers we want the owner, no? We want the owner pala. I'm gonna show you a neat trick. A really neat trick. So I want sana the network room players. Or the demo player? Network room player. So I want sana this, the owners. Demo room player. Demo room players. Room players. But they're inside the player state controllers. How do I get it? How do I immediately take it to a list? Get components and children. I'm gonna use something called link. Select. Now, what is this? What is select? It literally we'll just change the data to whatever we want. In this case, in the player state, I want player state. Oops, sorry. Player state dot owner, and then to list. Okay. So this is a one-line code. If I don't want to do this, I can just do this now. I'm just showing you one way of how to do this. So this will be a new list of one player, and then I'll do again a for each room players dot add controller dot owner. These two are the same thing. Sige, I'll use this now so that so that you guys don't get confused. Okay, so we're back. Player in players. If there we go. Slots. If oh wait. No, not slots. Not the player. We're adding. Ano pala? In slots. If room players does not contain player, we add the prefab, the player state. Okay. So again, what we got all the player state controllers. We got all the demo room players, the owners inside player state controller. If in the slots, wala dito yung owner. As in wala dito sa list. We'll create a new prefab for them. Game object at play at game object is equal to instantiate player state, and then the parent will be player state player list UI, not transform. And then object.get component player state controller set owner layer, but we cast it to demo room player because we said it should be demo room player. The thing is, player is network room player, so I just cast it to demo room player. Okay, so this one deletes whoever is not there anymore. This one adds whoever is not yet in the list. Could I have done this in one line? I mean, in just one for each, maybe not. Anyway, so player state control. Oops, sorry, not that one. Player state. Get the player name, the ready state. And then in our player room, oh, we have the prefab here already. Okay, let's see. Did I change something? we'll see. If I post, supposedly it should add a. Oh, nope, 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 nope. Wala pa. Wala pa pala. I haven't called this yet. Update list. You call that when a client enters or leaves the room. So update list. And then I think I can do is local player. If it is not the local player, you don't have to do this. Okay. Let's try that again. Post. There. I didn't change the name yet. Player 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Join. I did not update the name. It should be player name. Also, the other one is not updating. Ah, ah. I forgot to disable the prefab, the canvas UI. Disable. Disable that. I want the names to be updated right away. Let me just check. Set. Here. Set name. Oh. What do I want for this? Not reset the name. Ah. Set name. Owner dot player name. Remember, we have player name. Okay, let's see. Host. So wala pa yung name natin because we didn't have one right away. Join. Player is updated. Okay. Okay, let's go back to what we did. So, uh, hopefully it gets here. Our player state controller. This is the one for this ones, the one placing here. It is literally just the text, the name, and the ready. We have a set owner so that when it is called, it will set the owner, and then we set the name of it also, and then each time the name is changed, owner.on name changed, we call set name. When is on name changed, we check our demo room player. Remember we have this on value change, CMD set name. In our CMD set name, each time it is called, it calls RPC set name, which calls on name change. What does that mean? On all the clients, in everyone's clients, each time this is called, on name change will be called. Hence, player state is changing for everyone because everyone's copy of this demo room player, this is called for them if the player itself changes it's their name. Okay, so that's the idea here. Mamaya natin tong set ready. So how did we do the list? The adding of the names, it's this one. So what am I doing here? In here, I'm just trying to create. I'm getting all the owners. Room player add controller dot owner. I'm getting a list of all the owners inside the player list UI, and then if so, the slots. This is the players inside the room. For each of it, I'm checking if they're inside room players. If they're not here, that means they haven't been instantiated yet. They don't have a player state controller yet for the client. So I instantiate it, I set the owner. And this happens when a client enters or exits the room. So technically, we can separate this code to public void uh, remove all disconnected. It is this one. This is then we can have um, add all connected, which is this one. So we can separate that one and remove all disconnected. All right. Oops. Break that. This is client enter room. This is client exit room. Play host join, and then if I disconnect, it removes it automatically. Okay. Questions? Clarification for this one? If you want a name right away at the start, like player 0, player 1, we can go to on server create uh create room player. So this we tried to work on this before, no? So I kind of understood what it is before. But actually, this is called in here. It tries to create a new game object. If it's null, it will just instantiate it by itself. So how do you work with that? In here, we have game object is equal to let's go room player. Room player is equal to instantiate room player prefab dot game object vector 3.0 pattern and identity. We can go room player dot name up get component demo room player name. So player name is equal to, and then let's let's give it player. We're formatting here, and then index. Oh, index is you're supposed to be here. Index. Sorry, let me just double check. It's not index. What do you call it here? client index. Client index? Client index. So we can use client index, I think. Client index. And then return the room player. So this should set the name. What it wouldn't do is to change the input field. There's player one, but the input field is still it's still blank. It's still player blank. So we can change that. How do we change that? Uh, we can go. I think if we go to demo room player on start local player, I think we can go. Is input field here? Yeah, input field. Text we go to player. I'm not 100% sure if the sync var uh, happens before that. So let's see. Oh, it does. Okay, questions, clarification. Did that make sense? So wala pa yung ready. Wala pa yung ready natin. We're gonna work on that next. It's kind of simple naman. Now, no questions so far. Sige. You want let's add rin yung pala, no? Let's add the start. Answer. Okay. Let's give. I have a start here. Oh yeah, we do have a start. Did I have it here? Here start. No. Okay, let's put the player start. Serialize view. Serialize view. Button. Start. Start. Button. I think it should all be small letters. Anyway. So, how do I know if this is the host? Let's start authority. If is server and is local player. Object that's active. Then we can do also create start game. How do we start game? I believe it is demo network room manager. Oops, nope. Demo network room manager dot singleton dot change scene. Server change scene. Demo network room manager dot singleton dot game play scene. Game play scene. So that's how we start the game. Uh, how do I know if we can start the game? If you actually one of this under demo room player, we should have is it here? Enter exit. Is it here? Override. Oh, not here. It's in here. On room. Nope, 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 nope. Ready status changed. Oh, you can also work with this. So this one, I'm gonna comment this out because it has the automatic start name. So I'm gonna comment this out first. And then I want to either enable or disable the start button. I mean, make it interactable or make it not interactable. Uh, let's have a setter for this. Public void set start button interact uh, is sorry full is interactable, and then button oh, start button dot interactable is equal to is interactable. How do we get the um, local host? If oh, for each network room player in room slots, if player dot is server and player dot is local, meaning siya yung host, player dot get component demo network ah, demo room player start set start button ready to all players ready. Break. Okay, that is so that would be interactable or not. But that wasn't what we were going for, no. We were trying to change if they are ready or not. We want to change the text. So we have to work with this also. So remember that we have a toggle ready state is sat. Oh, I changed. I did not. Anyway, we have this right. Bool is ready. Let's go to this. So we can work with this also. We can have an action also. Public action bool on ready change. So CMD uh CMD change ready state. Hold on. Let me just try to remember. Do CMD. Wait lang. So we have owner dot on ready changed. Let's set ready. We want to call this on all the clients when they change their state. I think why not have a ready change ready on start server stop client. Hold on. Sorry. Start authority client not. I don't. I need an RPC. Hmm. Yeah, I need to have an RPC for this. Well, uh, Wait, simply change ready state. Yeah, we do need one. Command. We send to the server that void change red bool is red. And then we also have command void rpc change red bool is ready. What this does is on change already changed invoke question mark also, just to make sure it's not a null. Then we do rpc change red. We call this here. No, wait. So this is called on the client. Client is the one who's pressing this ready sat. What it does is I'm gonna send to the server that the CMD change ready, the boolean. I'm sending to the server. From the server, I'm gonna send to everyone that uh this boolean is ready. So on everyone, on the demo room player for everyone, this is called. Okay. I think that should be it. Let's not forget to add the start. Don't also forget to disable. Okay. Okay, so that's working. How about for the client? Not working. Authority. Authority. Kasi this is client RPC. Let's try that again. Should you have an authority problem? No. Okay. So you can see the start is being deactivated when not everyone is ready. Uh-huh. But let's set yung ready niya. In here, set ready owner that is ready to begin. There, not ready. I'll start as ready. I join, not ready. And there you have it. We have a working um, player list. We're ready. Start. I did not program the start. Hold on. Go to prefab. Player room prefab. Oops. So start. I call the start game. There we go. Okay, that should be it. Host, join, ready. Oops. Oh, again. There we go. Start. Okay. Problem. We should disable this. How do we disable that? I'm pretty sure I coded that on the demo network room manager on room server scene loaded. Pretty sure I'm supposed to have a player dot canvas UI canvas UI set false. Client RPC. Okay, no, this one. That should have worked. Demo room player. Oh, hold on. This should have worked. Target demo canvas should be false. Unless I forgot to disable for everyone again. Prefab, playroom. Yep. Okay. Host, join, ready, ready. I should make the start not interactable. And there you have it. Um, what is this? Yeah. I already removed it. Hold on. Uh-huh. Yeah. 191 without an active server. Yeah, sorry. I forgot. I did change the code. Um, this one. It's just this before. Anyway, uh-huh. Host, ready, join, ready, start. There we go. Okay. Um, I have to go back again. I think I have to go back. Tell you what happened. Player state controller. We have a already changed. This already change is called when the player changes the ready state. So this is being called on the client. So the client, sabi ko, CMD change ready. Send it to the server that CMD change ready. And the server, what it did is it calls for everyone's demo room player, or at least that copy of demo room player for that client calls this, which calls already changed. The reason why I cannot do this directly, no, the reason why I cannot do this directly is because this is only called in the client. It's not calling for everyone's copy of this demo room player of the client. Because if you see, uh, I mean, you see here, if I host join ready, you see in the scene, I'm sorry, in the hierarchy, we actually have also a player room prefab. We have the one from the server, we have from the client. If I only do it, let's say if I'm on the client, if I only did yung ito, it's only happening here. But if I did the CMD change ready and then RPC change ready, from here, it sends to the server, then and then from here, it will send to everyone's copy of the client's room prefab, room game object. So right now kasi dalawa, but we have if you have three, it will be also calling for that all the other clients copy of player room prefab. Okay, that's why we have FCMD and then RPC. Already changed. So what happens is this is a mono behavior. This is happening on everyone on just a client lang. This is not happening. There's no network whatever. The reason why is because again I'm just sending everything from Canva from the server to everyone's client. So already changed. If this is invoked or this is called, this happens. Okay, for everyone, this is happening when the ready is changed. For the start a while ago, uh, this part, this is just for me to make the start interactable or not. So I coded it under the ready status changed, and then I'm checking everyone, whoever is the server and the local player, sharing host. Hence, I have the code this one. Technically, I can code this in just 2 lines if you want to see with the power of Blink. We have network room play, sorry, network room player host is equal to room slots dot single or default uh room player. That's the this is the name that I'm giving. Room player is server and room player is local. So we have like host dot get component demo room player set start button all players ready. So these 2 lines is equal to this. I'm just looking for a single instance that has a room player is the server and is the local player. This one is just a name. A name. I can name it literally Jill X. It will still work. But just so you know, very strong ang link. Link, link. Not link this. No. Link. It's this one. System link. Okay. Anyway. Ready status changed. I think that was it for the ready. There's nothing. Okay. Questions? Clarification? None? Ah, in order for you to make the interactable, make the start button not interactable at the start, you literally just disable the interactable. or make it false. And with that, ayun, di na siya interactable at the start. Okay. Questions? No questions? You all got it? Or is there something that you want me to talk about further? Baka may di kayo naintindihan na ano, part. Mhm. Yeah, yeah. No, it's fine. If you have questions, because if you ever like try to do it yourself and nagka-problema kayo, it's good to ask questions. With to me or to your friends. The the best part actually, the not best part. The best way to learn that is to actually teach people on what to do. That's the best way to learning is something like because you know what you're doing and stuff. Nga lang, dapat tama yung ituturo mo, no? Asking questions is also good. It's also good. No? Nice. This is what I'm looking for. RSL objects and stuff. No immediate questions for now. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Mm, ito ba? Did I miss something? So, I'm just gonna add on connect change ready. Yeah, I think that's it. This is just to make the start button appear if they are the host. Okay, so if there are no questions. Um, your homework for next week: create your own lobby. Doesn't have to be just name and ready. If you want, you can make it like you can teams like team A, team B. You can do that. Maybe you wanna set. Maybe you have an enum. Maybe you have a Dropbox. A drop not Dropbox. To be like Fortnite. Insane. Uh, maybe I forget. Maybe instead of just text lang, maybe you want something like a UI drop down. No? Baka lang. Baka gusto niya parang drop down. Like what position or what type of character they are. Baka meron kayong like uh, wizard, um, warrior, healer. Baka meron kayong drop down na ganun. This is literally just I think this is just 0 1 2 drop down. And then just each time it's like doing this um what is that? Toggle ready state. Each time they change it, check what they chose, update everyone. This one because it's ready state. But update everyone, maybe you can do this. That they chose that option. Okay, so you have the lobby. Next, spawning. You can do any kind of spawning if you want to do just to make sure that yung spawning nyo is not too much. You can try to create the bullet hell, then you'll find out that creating a bullet hell, you need to create also a spawn pooling object pooling. Sorry, right? But you can just do normal spawning. Um, sync var. Make sure you can use sync var. I'm pretty sure you're gonna be using a lot if you are planning to have some type of customizable room, no? So yeah, sync var rooms or quote unquote lobby spawning, you know. Did I add 3D? Fortnite in lobby. Technically you could, no? They just have to move towards a collider or something. When they reach a collider, um the player is ready or something. Or something, I don't know.
So sir, homework lang namin next for due next week is just a lobby lang.
Lobby sync var spawning as in how to spawn.
Like spawning inside the online game, online scene.
I don't know, spawning as in spawning objects. In case you have
Okay.
like objects to spawn, right? I think I thought that 2 weeks ago. Last week we tried to do Zoom. Medyo, well, that's my fault. Nawala ko. Mm, yeah. So yun lang. Lobby, try to spawn something. Um, sync bar. So sync bar, it doesn't have to necessarily just use for the lobby. You can use it maybe for score. Yung scores ng player. So you can use sync bar so that everyone is updated of with the data. Also, in case you don't know, you have sync bar, right? You can actually do like, let's say player controller. Let's say you had a sync bar for points. You can do a hook. This hook is literally what happens when the points the variable changes. The value of the variable changes. So like you have a void change points int value. Maybe you want something to happen. Maybe mm, the text will change, right? So you'll be like text mesh flow. You write text is equal to value to string. So the hook you can do name of change points. Ayan. So each time points is changed, it will do change points. So that's hook. Okay. Huh. Anyway, so yeah, yun lang yun, no? Yun yung assignment nyo for until next week. Again, you don't have to make it a big game. Wala pa tayo sa finals na yan. That will be for our finals. You'll create your final game. Uh, Preferably not. No, you're not. You can't use the same game that you're using right now. So just just play around. All right. So no questions.
None sir.
None. Okay. Yeah. Baka nasabog na kayo. So yeah.
Sir,
Hmm.
Gutom na sir actually.
Ano yun? Who said what? When will the recording posted?
I think someone
Uh,
said they were hungry.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll post it by 8:30 tonight.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Ano, question sir.
Hmm.
Kailan namin start ng finals?
Finals. Kung ano man nalagay sa ano.
Since it's already like post midterms na then pa ano na capstone screening by November, by end of November. So how many more modules pa
No.
before we start working on the
Just one more
finals?
module. Just one more module and then finals na.
Also, sir, quick question. When is I don't know if it's been announced already, but like when are we allowed to like select our subjects for the following term?
Uh, kind of out of the no question here,
Oh,
pero
oh, sorry, my bad.
it's supposedly a few weeks after midterms. No,
Oh,
I'm not academic advisor for this term.
oh,
We have a
okay.
different
Sorry.
academic advisor,
Excuse me.
but
Excuse me.
kind of check. I think you can check this for that.
Okay, sorry, my bad.
Final deadlines of modules. Uh, did I change this? I don't know. Tama to. I would say pinaka deadline is the week after the due date. Pinaka deadline. Could give you some minus for that. I mean, you can still submit it, but then I think wala tong rubrics, no? I should put the rubrics. Rubrics of like 1 to 10. This. But yeah. Uh, just try to submit it as soon as you can. Right. So November 5. Then after that, you'll have another module, last module, November 19. Then you'll start working on your finals. I should move this back to not 26, maybe 19. Oh, I see now why it's 26. Uh, how many days do you have? 26, 2 weeks? That's not bad. Yeah, kind of 2 weeks. 2 weeks of creating a multiplayer game. It's not gonna be that hard, you know. You're not gonna create the next Fortnite, Fortnite 2. Uh, will the finals still be by pair? Up to you. Kayo bahala kung gusto niyo mag-pair or not. I will not require you if you don't want to work as a pair. Kung ayaw nyo, okay lang. I have, been there, done that. If you don't want a pair, sure. Yeah, but if you're being dragged down, But you know, it'll be like that. So yeah, finals will be kanya-kanya. Kung gusto niyo mag-pair, go. You just have to let me know. Will I expect a bigger output? Maybe. Yeah. Something that I expect from a pair. No. Compare kayo tas yung game nyo is Pong. Uh, kind of sucks, no? But yeah. Oh, for deliberation under the final project HCD, I'll check if your game is doable for you guys, and then no, give my feedbacks. All right. So, any more questions? Clarification?
None. None from me, sir.
None. Sige.
I don't have any. Thank
All
you.
right. Okay. So if there are no any more questions, yeah, that's it for today. You guys can go and enjoy your night.
Thank you, sir.
Bye bye.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.